two, we're here. Tjay has dropped another song. This time for 2026. You know, it seems like he drops a song every year. I don't know if he did one for 2025, but I'm pretty sure he did one 24, 22. You know what I mean? Like, he does this every year. You know what I mean? But we're here reacting to this. I wonder, you know, I doubt it, but I wonder if he's going to respond to the disses from the whole 6ix9ine, Cuff'em, Aiden Ross track at all in this. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I seen Cuff'em's in New York right now, and like Lil Tjay goons like pulled up on him or something. So like he knows about it, and he definitely feels some type of way. But kind of that's my thing with Lil Tjay is like, I think the problem is he responds. You know what I mean? Like in this case, you could use like the leverage of, oh, y'all just some streamers. Like, why would I go back and forth with you? Like, not saying that's not like, you know, some people use it as a pussy way out, but like I genuinely think in this case you could have gotten away with that, and it would have been like, yeah, he kind of has a point. You know what I mean? Like, what is his point in going back and forth with Cuff'em? But now it's the thing. Now he is going back and forth with Cuff'em. Not saying that Cuff'em's not shit or anything. It's just like there's not really a precedent for rappers to beef with streamers. Not for real, for real. Not if you're really on. The only people doing it is 504 and fucking Tjay. And look where that's getting them, gang. And that the greatest publicity. Because you gotta think. Streamers have cult fan bases of people that watch them every day. Gang. And that's a loud minority that you have just activated to basically destroy your career. You know what I mean? Because they may be the minority of people compared to your fan base. But like I said, it's loud. They will change your public perception, man. You can't just be beefing with streamers randomly like that. Unless you valid. Like, if you valid and you really up on, like, you really got a point, you know, that's one thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's really some shit, like, as a man, you gotta stand on. As a man, you gotta stand on. But it feels like this shit just happens because he feels some type of way about the way they talk about him and, like, shit that be happening to him. Which, at the end of the day, yeah, maybe people talk some type of way, you don't like that, but, like who cares? Who cares? But, well, you know, that's not the point of this. The point of this is we're about to react to a song that he's got for 2026. You know, like I said, he drops every year. I don't know if he's going to react to it all, but you know what we got to do? We got to hit the Labu Bong before we get into it. Alright, Lil Tjay, 2026, let's get into it. Wake him up, Nate. Wake him up.
I said it's my turn again, that's how we starting off the year. I'm finna flood on these niggas, no playing fair. Had to separate myself to fight my demons, couldn't share. In the end, you realize don't nobody care. All this shit pretend when I had problems, you was where. Double dip with them, can't have that around me over here. Best to stay about the way. Cause on my head there's no spray. Skirt, hit you where it hurt. Lot of shit I overlooked back then, got niggas murk. Street done told me lessons, grateful for my L's, they could be worse.
I'm not gonna lie. If I'm remembering correctly, this sounds very similar to the last, like, Entering a New Year song. Which is kind of disappointing, because it's like, I feel like you should be evolving as a person. I feel like you saying the same things. Like, thank you to the streets for teaching me shit, right? I ignored a lot of shit that ended up making me lose a lot of people around me. Like, I don't know. It feels like he's been kind of stuck as a person. And I thought, like, the whole him going to therapy and everything was probably a good thing, honestly. Like I said, stuff like this makes me feel like he's a little stuck. Especially, and when you've experienced a trauma like he experienced, you know, whole Chipotle thing, it kind of makes sense to get stuck for a little bit. But I hope he's working through it.
That's still about the way. Cause on my head there's no spray. Skirt, hit you where it hurt. Lot of shit I overlook back then, got niggas murk. Street done told me lessons, grateful for my L's, they could be worse. I'm a super smelly bitch, ain't break my heart, you did it first. Gotta figure out my future, I can't have this for my kid. I was young, talking young, wildin' doing biz. Y'all can't blame me, what's the problem, child, that's how we live. I could blame me, either way I came out something big. Niggas made it, and again, that's how we starting off the year. I'm finna flood on these niggas, no playing fair. Had to separate myself to fight my demons, couldn't share. In the end, you realize don't nobody care. All this shit.
Had to separate myself to fight my demons. Had to realize in the end, don't nobody care. I don't know. I think sometimes it's not in the end, nobody cares. Like, sometimes people just don't know what to do, and it's a hard thing. So they separate themselves. And it's not good or theoretically right that they do that. But it's understandable. I don't know. Understandable might be the wrong word. I can empathize with it while still seeing while it's kind of wrong and it's very hard on the person that's, you know, going through something. And obviously I get people go through their own things. Everyone needs to take a step back and focus on their own life at some point, but you know.
Pretend when I had problems, you was where. Double dip with them, can't have that around me over here. Best still about the way. Cause on my head there's no spray. Think it's a game, my life is smart, but we ain't thinking the same. Suave bustin', I ain't deep in the drain. See the secrets of things, apologize for some of the reach of the things. The other me just too indecent to tame. Man, ain't no beef with lame. Stay true to self, I'm from the street with this pain. Mama told me, fuck, I'm staying your lane. They ain't the same. What looks the off all you done came. Focus, you on top of the game. I said it's my turn again, that's how we starting off the year. I'm finna flood on these niggas, no playing fair. Had to separate myself to fight my demons, couldn't share. In the end, you realize don't nobody care. All this shit pretend when I had problems.
I do like the hook. Like, you know, I had to flood on these niggas. Like, as a song, I am enjoying it. I just do wish it felt like he grew more. You know, as a fan, I wish that, you know, it felt like he grew more. But, like, as a song, I am enjoying it. But it kind of feels like it's something I've heard him do before, just better. But I like that hook, you know what I'm saying? I'm a flood on these niggas, you know what I'm saying?
Double dip with them, can't have that around me over here. Best still about the way. Cause on my head there's no spray.
I don't love the way how it also played in for like 30 seconds and it's about to play out for like 40. It makes the song's really only like a minute and a half. They call me Donut Chaka. Donut Chaka. Donut Chaka. What's that called? Let me back up. I always do that. Like I said, as a fan, I wish I heard more growth. Obviously, I don't know what really is going on in his personal life, so I can't say that what I'm saying is a fact, of course. I also smoke a ton of weed, so I could just be high as shit. But as a fan, I kind of wish I could hear more growth. Just as like listening as a song, I think it was cool. You know, I've heard Tjay do kind of a similar thing on similar beats. I feel like better. Like, I think the best like year song that he did was like the 2021. Like, I like that one. I think that's still on my playlist. I think if I'm gonna rate it, I'd probably give it a 6.7. 6.7? No, but like actually 6.7. Yeah, I just feel like I've heard him do it better himself. You know what I mean? It makes it hard. But as always, if you're watching on YouTube, come check out the stream sometime. And let me know anything else you want me to react to. Yeah, actually, I feel you guys don't be telling me to react to shit, gang. One thing I do want, New York artists. You know what I mean? I feel like the mecca of hip-hop really ain't meccaing hip hop right now. You know what I mean? All artists are coming from every fucking where but New York. We don't get nothing right now. I genuinely think the only artist like kind of big out of New York right now, I feel like it's Stunna Gambino. Yeah, and even him, it's like he's not huge in like the slightest. I feel like he's big kind of around me because I'm in like the upstate New York area, but that might be it. You know what I mean? I want TJ to make a real comeback. I want Boogie to drop. There's a lot of New York artists I'm waiting on, but I also want some new wave. I guess ASAP did also just drop, but you know, he doesn't feel like me. He feels like hard. Like he feels like he doesn't feel like New York anymore. I'm gonna be honest. ASAP doesn't feel New York anymore. Sorry for going on this little rant at the end, but as always, if you're watching on YouTube, come check out the stream sometime and let me know anything else you want me to react to. Thank you.